an anthropologist, anarchist, and organizer who planned and then helped carry out the Occupy Wall Street protests. David Graeber, who is he?
Well, he's a really interesting figure. I mean, to the extent that anyone can be a central figure in this movement that's been pretty adamantly non-hierarchical.
I actually saw the opening speech of the Constitutional Convention, where people gathered together to create the American Constitution. And the first speech is by Governor of Virginia. He says, "We've got a real problem in this country. There's a real danger of democracy breaking out. There's democratic elements in a lot of the local constitutions. You got to do something about this." John Adams said, "Well, you can't have democracy. We have 10 million people with no property and 1 million people with property. What do you think's going to happen if you give these guys the vote?" So the entire constitutional project is an attempt explicitly to suppress democracy. What they have done over the last 200 years is figure out a way, A, to take these institutions which were basically created to stop democracy and convince everybody they are democracy, and B, to get people more and more involved in the system and still somehow not have them do the thing everybody was afraid that they were going to do in the beginning, which is expropriate the wealth.
Anarchists more believe in the idea of direct action. Protests are kind of appealing to the powers that be to be nicer. We don't do that. We try to directly intervene. If there's something going on that we don't like, we put our bodies in front of the road. Or, if there's a community that doesn't have drinking water because there's no well, normal political action, you go to the governor and you sign a petition, or you could even blockade their house, but that still isn't direct action. Direct action is you go off and dig the well yourself and dare them to stop you. So in a way, anarchism is about acting as if you're already free.
Imagine 40 poker chips. Peter has half, Paul has the rest. Obviously, if Peter gets 10 more, then Paul has 10 less. Now look at this. It's a diagram of the balance between public and private sectors. If the government reduces its debt, everyone else has to go into debt in exactly that proportion. You might be asking, why does anybody have to be in debt? Why can't everybody, governments, people, businesses, just live within their means? Because then there wouldn't be any money. Money is debt.